Padres pregame thoughts. Padres and the Dodgers. Obviously, the series finale today. It's going to be an afternoon game. I'll have my post game reaction after the game, and then I'll come home, do a live show, and then should have another show out tomorrow in the morning, talking with Darnay Tripp of NBC San Diego. So, Padres today, Manny, he is still the DH. He obviously is dealing with that hamstring issue. So I don't know if it's Manny that's saying I need a DH, or is it the Padres? Is it Bob Melvin that are saying it's the smartest thing for you to just to DH here? We have a solid defense, even with you not at third base. Like, let's not push it here. So maybe that's what the Padres are doing here. And, the Seattle series, Manny will be back at third base. Manny's great defensively, but Ha-Seong Kim's still good defensively. Bogarts is still pretty good defensively at shortstop, I think. Crony, we know, is good defensively at second base. And Choi is probably just as good as Crony is at first base. So it's not the end of the world for Manny to continue to DH here if he's still dealing with something. Because we just need him to be in the lineup for the most part, right? And we need him to get better here. So we'll see what happens in that Seattle series if he can get on the field. Kim leading off. Tatis, he's hitting second and right. Soto batting third, playing left, and it's Manny, Bogarts, Crony, G-Man Choi. It seems like it's going to be Garrett Cooper facing off against lefties, and it's going to be G-Man Choi. He's going to be in the lineup when a righty is on the mound. So that's why you're seeing Choi more often than Garrett Cooper. Campy, he is batting eighth. He's going to be catching. And then Grish, he's going to be batting ninth, and he is obviously playing center field. My underdog fantasy pick for today, I'm going to go Fernando Tatis Jr., half a single higher. Tony Gonsolin's on the mound for the Dodgers, and he doesn't have the best ERA, just looking at the overall numbers so far this season. And I guess I'm just looking back from, I think it was 2021. Obviously, it's a long time ago, but the bombs that he hit off of Tony Gonsolin. And it's like, I think Tatis has some pretty good numbers matchup-wise against Tony Gonsolin. As a matter of fact, as I look here, or actually, he doesn't have multiple. He has one home run off of Gonsolin, 2 runs driven in. So, just kind of my gut. I don't have a bunch of reasoning for that one. Just kind of my gut. I think Tatis can have a good day tonight, or today, in the series finale. Take 2 out of this series. If the Padres win today, I think we got to be pretty happy, okay, with this series split. Because the good news is, right, you don't move farther back from being close to 500, right? Like, you will stay where you were entering the series, right, in relation to getting to 500. I think there'll be one game under 500 if they're able to get this win today. And it's not that big of a deal, I think, splitting. Also because, well, you're playing a good team in the Dodgers, and the other teams ahead of the Padres in the wild card standings, they're not doing good. Especially the teams that are out of the wild card spots, but ahead of the Padres. I mean, the Diamondbacks, I think they've lost 6 straight. And the other couple teams, I think they're 3-7. I think one's 2-8 in their last 10 games. So they are crumbling right now. And the Padres, they just got to kind of tread water, if that makes sense, in this series here by winning this game. And then start to win series and try to make up ground and get into a postseason spot and then keep it, right? I think this series here, Padres-Dodgers, this weekend and into today, it was about surviving, taking 2 out of 4 at least, splitting it, being fine with that, being okay with that, and then moving on and seeing if you can, again, get closer, start making more of a push. Because they've gained ground, and even with them losing some of these games, it's not like they have lost a ton of ground. There's been some times where they've gained ground because they don't play a day, and another team just continues to lose. So, yeah, if they lose this game, that's going to suck. It's going to feel like a missed opportunity. Even if they end up like not being in the game today, and it ends up being a blowout. Obviously, you hope that it doesn't end up being a blowout. We'll be looking back and it'd be like, yeah, missed opportunity, because you're going to be looking at the series opener where they should have won that game and they could have taken 3 out of 4, or excuse me, if they lose today, split the series instead of losing 3 out of 4, So hopefully the Padres don't look back and end up regretting some stuff. at the end of this series. So again, Padres, Dodgers, Manny still DHing. Tatis, my underdog fantasy pick. I think he can get a single today against Tony Gonsolin. And the bullpen's in a good spot because Pedro Avila, Carl Ravage kept calling him Pedro Avila. It's Pedro Avila. He pitched like 90 pitches yesterday, saved a lot of the bullpen. Him and then Ray Kerr pitched, I think, in that last inning. So all the big guys, they're available today. Hader feels like he hasn't pitched in forever, so he should be good to go. And hopefully they're in a situation where they have Suarez and Hader pitching in the 8th and the 9th, and they can close it down.